I couldn't peel my eyes off the stuffed animal strapped to the human's armor. It looked like an earth lion, the mane matted with blood. As we sat in our trench, waiting for the whistle, I struck up a conversation with the human. I asked him why he had a stuffed toy strapped to his armor. A soft expression came to his eyes as he gently touched the top of the toy's head before speaking. Memento Mori, an old human phrase. It means to remember that you must die. Maybe not now, but eventually. He fell quiet again, stroking the small stuffed animal, a soft, sad smile on his face. His words, however, had horrified me. How do you walk around a war zone with a talisman of your own death? I'd have, to borrow another phrase the human taught me, suck-started my Mauser. There was a call by the trench commander, and the human donned his helmet, affixing a blade to the end of his firearm and stood on one of the benches poking from the muddy walls. I saw him give the lion a squeeze. Then the commander blew his whistle, and over the edge we went. The carnids were moving straight at us as well, fast, faster than I could ever hope to run in the opposite direction. They resembled Earth's praying mantis, if the praying mantis was 11 feet tall, and had a carapace as hard as forged steel. The human opened fire still a few dozen yards away, tungsten penetrators ripping through a brightly colored Praetorian. There was no anger, just a serene expression of peace on that soft, gently rounded face. We hit the carnids halfway across no man's land. One immediately swiped at me as I aimed for its compound eyes, before pulling the trigger on my laser rifle, burning the eye from its socket and sending the carnid reeling back. But not for long. As it lurched forward, a massive scythe-like claw smashed into my armor, knocking the breath from my lungs as I was thrown to the ground. Dazed, I tried to crawl away as the carnid drew closer, closing in for the kill. Accepting my fate, I rolled over and gazed at the two scythes raised over me, like death himself had been incarnate. Wham! Some insane, or perhaps brave soldier had tackled the carnid off of its 4 spindly legs, and was thrashing with it on the ground, a folding military shovel rising and falling in a chopping motion, as I caught a glimpse of the stuffed lion. The human wailed on the carnid, those scythe-like claws flailing inches away from the human's sides and back. With a mighty two-handed swing, the entrenching shovel was brought down on the carnid's face, making it spasm and finally go limp. The human turned. I tried to scream a warning, but it was too late, as the carnid rose behind him, a mandible and antenna missing. The scythe-like claws sliced through the human's armor like a hot knife through butter, impaling him through the chest and ripping the strap that held the lion in place. The human looked surprised a moment at the massive claw in his chest. Then, that horrible, peaceful smile as he coughed up blood. He grabbed a blast sphere from his belt and armed it, letting his thumb slide off the button. More carnids were approaching, drawn to the scent of fresh blood as the human was lifted higher off the ground. The human said something, lips moving silently at this distance, before a flash of light and the crash of an explosion enveloped him and the carnids, the only thing left behind being cinders, ash, and a stuffed lion with something poking out the back. I crawled a few arm lengths through the mud and picked up the lion, slowly removing a glossy bit of paper from the pocket in the back. It was a photograph. The human, his arms wrapped around a smiling female human. The female's arms wrapped around a human child. The child's arms wrapped around a small stuffed lion. Written at the bottom were 5 dates in Galactic Standard Format and a note. 2nd of May, 2155 to blank. 25th of July, 2156 to 11th of March, 2185. 9th of November, 2180 to 11th of March, 2185. Remember what they took from you. Remember what they took from them. Memento Mori. Your day will come.